Boys, the Strongest Battlegrounds is a big game. It's been in development for months with a bunch of different people working on it. And so it goes without saying that there's been quite a few updates that have gone completely unnoticed by the Strongest Battlegrounds community. So boys, today I'm gonna shed some light on 15 of the things that you might not have noticed in the Strongest Battlegrounds. Starting off with number 1, which actually has to do with Saitama. Or at least that's what I'm gonna be using for it. I think you can actually do this with a couple of other moves too. But yeah, as you can see, if I hit a player into a tree... Oh, darn it, I missed. Let me try again. Here we go. If I hit a player into a tree, as you can see, some particles actually come off of the tree. This is an addition that most people definitely don't notice. And usually what would happen here is some leaves would fall down from the tree. But ever since they updated the map to be Christmas themed and the trees are made of snow, they actually took the time to remove that feature so leaves no longer fall from the trees. Pretty cool, right? And most people completely overlook this while they're in the middle of combat. And guys, that is just one of 15 items on this list that I'm going to be covering in today's video. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's get into the second item on our list. And this actually has to do with the map. Here, let me show you. If we come this way, you can see that there's a snowman over here. Now, guys, most of the fighting happens in the middle of the map, and it's honestly kind of rare for people to come over here. But as you can see, this snowman is actually a Gojo reference. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that they took the time to add a Gojo reference. Anyways, without further ado, let's move on to the third item on our list, which is something that some people know about and most people do not know about because it is incredibly rare to see it in the game. What if I told you that the dummy can now talk? No, like I'm being serious. Like how players can chat with text bubbles, the dummy can also chat in this way. Here, let me show you. So as you probably know, the dummy sometimes starts doing emotes, but there's one emote specifically that makes the dummy start talking. Here, look at this. As you can see, the dummy was talking in that clip. Here, see it right here? My purpose is an eternity of suffering. Look. Here's another video. As you can see, it says each strike is a reminder. Wait, what did that say? Each strike is a reminder of my purposelessness. So let me know in the comments if you've seen this before. All right, next up on our list, our fourth item once again has to do with something in the map. Here, let me go into free cam. And if we come over here, you can see that this snowman is actually a Saitama reference. He's the Saitama snowman. Once again, just a pretty funny reference. Not really much else to say about it. I guess you could say he's pretty chill. Yeah, people laugh at my jokes a lot, man. All right, moving on to the fifth item on our list, which actually has to do with the one and only Gojo. If you open up the characters menu in the top left and you have Gojo unlocked, you can see that Gojo's name color is actually different from all the other characters. This is a super small difference, but I just thought that it was pretty interesting that the developers had to meticulously add. Anyways, enough about Gojo and having a different name color. Most of you guys probably don't care too much about that, but the next item on our list is something that you definitely should care about because this can actually help you out massively in combat. If you come up to your settings menu in the top left, there's a setting right here called remove packages. Now guys, this is disabled by default, but let's say that someone's using the Skelly body pack and the headless horseman head, just like this. As you can see, I am barely visible. It is super hard for other players to see me, and this avatar is super overpowered because I am a fraction of the size of my original character. But if you turn on the remove packages setting in the top left, then it will actually fix this. Now, this doesn't actually do any changes to your avatar. It only affects other people's avatars, but essentially all it's gonna do is it's gonna give them the blocky body pack, as opposed to whatever weird stuff they're trying to use on their avatar. Okay, guys, it looks like we're stuck like this for the rest of the video. Oh, well, at least I've still got my cape. I'm just gonna look a little bit more like Holy Grail for the rest of the video. Thanks, Roblox, for always having a fully functioning avatar service. Anyways, enough about Roblox. Let's move on to the seventh item on our list, which is yet another setting. And this is actually the fast mode setting. Now, most people just turn this on and just assume that it's gonna make their game faster, but hardly anyone actually knows what it does. But today I'm gonna pull back the curtain on what this setting actually does, because it actually does more than you might think. So as you can see right here, this is the update logs from whenever fast mode was first added to the game, all the way back in April. This should give you around 20 FPS boost, maybe more, but this isn't guaranteed. So this reduces smoke and debris from ground craters. So like the final hunt, things like that, those are going to be a lot less laggy. It disables the tree leaves swaying. This is a pretty interesting one. So if I actually turn off fast mode and then I restart the server, as you can see, the leaves on the trees actually like move slightly. But as you can see, if I turn fast mode back on, the tree leaves stop swaying. It also reduces the parts from broken models. So if I break a bench or something, it's going to reduce the amount of parts that are used to break that bench. This is really useful for when someone uses table flip or something and wipes out a ton of trees and benches and trash cans all at once. So as you can see, whenever I have fast mode enabled, disabled, there's not really going to be anything on the ground. See, as you can see, I finished the move and there's nothing on the ground. And do the exact same move again. As you can see, all across the ground is all of these burn marks. Here it is again. So as you can see, there's burn marks on the ground. And as you can see, my arms are also now steaming. So yeah, I would definitely suggest turning that setting on, regardless of how good your computer is. Anyways, let's move on to the 8th item on our list, which is something that thousands and thousands of people have seen, but I haven't seen a single person comment on it. If you go up to the search bar up here on Roblox and you search up the Strongest Battlegrounds, as you can see, it comes up. But do you notice something different about the logo? They changed the game logo so that it has a Santa Claus hat and so that it has Christmas lights around the edge. I never thought that I would see Metal Bat in a Santa hat. Anyways, let's move on to the 9th item on our list, which is something that I actually talked about a little bit earlier in the video, which is that you can apply custom images to capes. So as you can see, if I come up into the settings menu and I come down here and I press customize VIP cape, it brings up this menu. Now you have to have VIP to be able to use this menu. But yeah, as you can see, you can like change the color of your cape with this color wheel, and you can enter in an ID right here. And essentially this ID is what actually goes on the cape. As you can see, if I enter in this ID and then I hit apply, my boy Rick Astley is gonna be on the back of my cape, and I can walk around rickrolling everybody I see for the rest of eternity. Or as you can see how I've done it here, I can create my own custom cape and apply it to the back of my cape. Right here is the ID for that cape if you want to use it. Now there's plenty of great tutorials out there on the internet on how to actually make your own custom cape and get it added to the game. So I'm not going to explain it all right here, but definitely go check out one of those tutorials if you want to learn how to do this. All right, next up is something that a lot of people don't seem to realize, and that is that each M1 that your character does a different amount of damage. So as you can see, my first M1, it does 3 damage. All right, now let me do my second M1. That also does 3 damage. Now watch, let me do my third M1. As you can see, third M1, and that one did 4 damage. And now if I do my fourth M1, as you can see, that also does 4 damage. The first 2 M1s do 3 damage, and the last 2 M1s do 4 damage, totaling to 14% damage in total. So make sure to use your M1s wisely. All right, guys, for this next one, I think it's time that we head back to Gojo. And this is for our 11th item on our list. See, as you may know, if you use the 4th move, which used to be named Blue, it's now named Attract. But as you can see, if I use this, it's a new move for Gojo. It was added a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, and essentially it was a replacement for the blue move. And it looks pretty cool, but most people thought that they just removed the old blue move, but there's actually a way to get it back. If you actually disable Infinity and then use the 4th move, as you can see, you can use the OG blue move again, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that they didn't completely get rid of it, because honestly, this is such a cool thing to have in the game. And yeah, guys, honestly, this is one of my favorite moves in the entire game. Anyways, guys, let's move on to the 12th item on our list, which actually has to do with Atomic Samurai. Now, this is something that I've talked about in a couple of my videos before, but for those of you that don't know about it just yet, I'll just quickly show it to you. So as you can see, if I use like pinpoint cut or something, right, and I get a finisher with it, as you can see, I now get no cooldown on my moves for just a little bit. So as you can see, I just used Atmos Cleave there, and then boom, watch, I can use it instantly again. This is super overpowered because every time that you get a finisher with Atomic Samurai, you actually get this, and it's super, super cool. This means that you can use the same move twice in a combo, which I think is really, really cool. All right, guys, next up on our list, coming in at number 13, is something that you don't need Atomic Samurai for. And this is another thing that I've explained a couple times on this channel, but I still hardly ever see anyone using it. And that is that if you do an M1 and then instantly dash, you actually hit the opponent away. As you can see, if I just tried to dash at the dummy without doing this, I would go right past the dummy. But if I M1 and then instantly dash, as you can see, it actually knocks the dummy back. And what's really cool about this is I can do 3 M1s and then instantly dash, and it knocks the dummy back again. And guys, this does even more damage than M1s does. And you can knock the dummy into other players using this method. All right, guys, for this next one, I'm gonna have to equip Saitama. But guys, if I actually try and do this on a dummy, it's not gonna work. For this next item on our list, the 14th item, I actually have to get a real account in here. So I'm just gonna quickly join on my alt. All right, here I am on my alt account, and real quick, I'm just gonna show you how this works. So as you can see, I just did it right there. Did you notice what happened? See, whenever I hit an account normally, it just knocks them back like that, right? But if I do this, as you can see, it actually knocks them back and then it stops them. And what I can do with this is I can actually like hit them, do a shove, do the glitch thing, and then actually like catch them like that. So like I could do like consecutive punches and then do a couple M1s and then hit them onto the ground and uppercut. It's pretty overpowered, and there's a lot that you can do with this. So basically what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna hit them one time, and this is so that they're actually gonna be held in place. It's gonna stun them and prevent them from moving from side to side. And then after the M1, you wanna do a shove. So that's M1 M1 and then shove. And then instantly after you do the shove, like halfway through your shove, you want to press M1. So that's M1 shove. And then as you can see, I do more M1s as I'm doing the shove. And you can literally just like spam click. So as you can see, that's shove. And then I'm just spam clicking right now. All right, guys. And one final thing, the 15th item on our list. Now this one is really advanced and I challenge you to try this one out. Here, I'm going to see if even I can do it real quick because it's actually really hard. Okay, I almost did it there. Here, let me try again. Oh, there we go. That was it. That was it. Except I did it a little bit too fast. Essentially, the idea of this is that you're actually able to reset your M1s. So here's how it goes. You do one M1 to stall them, open up your emote menu, and then do the other two M1s. M1, open the emote menu and do the other two M1s. And then after that, you want to side dash in either direction and do the read emote. You want to do this emote as you're side dashing. So read emote as you're side dashing and then cancel out of that emote. And then you're going to dash forward and then you can hit them with M1s again. 3 M1s. Here we go. Side dash, read emote, dash forward again. And then as you saw there, I just did it. And guys, that is completely inescapable. So M1, 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 side dash, read, dash forward, and then M1s again. And there's a couple of other emotes that you can do with this. In fact, I'm pretty sure that you can do this with pretty much any emote in the game. Anyways, guys, that's 15 items. One other thing that people miss a lot in the Strongest Battlegrounds is that they're not subscribed to my channel. So make sure to check down below and make sure that you're subscribed to find out about more things like this in the future. Let me know if you learned something new today in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Peace.